On this episode of the Whiskey Tornado, we find out if Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof can stand up to these other barrel proof hitters. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Whiskey Tornado. I'm your host, Lance. Today we have a barrel proof bourbon battle, and all of these bourbons today are around 130 proof. So we've got a 2018 batch 4 kitchen table Bookers. Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof, of course. Elijah Craig C920, the latest batch. Proof on that is 132.8. And then the latest batch of Stag Junior, Stag 14, 65.1. These three can be hard to find. Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof is not. So I want to find out if this $54 bottle, I think some areas it's around 60, but I can get it for 54. I want to find out if Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof can stand up to these major hitters that everybody's chasing. We've mixed these around. I have no idea where they're at. So I'm going to mix them up just a little bit more, just for anybody that doesn't trust me. I'm not smart enough to remember where these are. Trust me, guys. All right, let's get into this here. On the left, I'll put up what these are after in post. I mean, all these noses are going to be so good. It's just so dense and caramel, and there's not as much on number 2 as there is on number 1. Number 1 is like cherries and almost like a cherry cola note to it. Number 2 is just almost invisible coming off the heels of number 1, at least on the nose. I want to smell all these first. Number 3 is nice. I think I like number 3 better than 2 on the nose, but not as much as number 1. Number 1, I'm even getting a little bit of dank wood going back to number 1 now. Ooh. Ooh. Number 4, maybe where it's at. That nose I like the most. 1 and 4, really close on the nose. Number 4, I'm also getting like those cherry notes, the fruit, and also some dank wood on it. It's really nice. Okay, let's get into the tasting on these. We're gonna start here on our left, go through. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we'll work our way through right to left. So number 1, we'll put what it is on the screen. Number 1, peanut heavy, caramel, peanuts, brown sugar, really dense and sweet. Really nice, whatever that is. Very salty. Yeah, like, yeah, number 1 is salty, but really nice. I like that. Okay, moving on to number 2. Oh. Number 2 is definite, like roasted peanuts. Really sweet. Almost like, it's got a really good hug on it. I think I like number 2 better than number 1. Oh, number 2 is just beautiful. That is fantastic. It's like honey roasted peanuts. That's what number 2 is, honey roasted peanuts. Wow, that was good. All right, number 3. Number 3, really easy to drink. Caramel, sweetness, not too much heat. It's got there's definite banana in there. Yeah, that's really nice. Maybe even some cinnamon. I like 3 but it's not coming off the heels of number 2. It's just more subdued. It's not like so much punch, but it's still really good. Okay, number 4. I mean, I know what that is. It's so delicious. It's so good. It's just like right from the get-go. It's like straight cherry cola and caramel and sweet oak with hugs still going. That's beautiful. Yeah, just as far as like what I'm reaching for, what really knocks my socks off, number 4 and number 2 are probably in the lead right now. We're gonna start with number 4 here. Gosh, number 4 is just so good, so sweet. It is everything I want in a bourbon. Cherry cola, almost like icing, like vanilla icing on there. It's so sweet. Coming back to it now, and that cherry note. Number 4 is fantastic. Let's go into number 3. Oh yeah, number 3 much better this time than the first time I went through. Really dense sweetness. Again, there's a banana note in there that's so prevalent that I probably am gonna know what this is. I wish I couldn't tell these apart so much, but I'm gonna guess these for you. But I'm really trying not to focus on what they are and just try to tell you guys which one I like the best, which one I would reach for. But they're all hitters. Which, you know, if you can't find Stag Junior or Elijah Craig or Booker's, pick Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof up. It's a good bourbon. It stands up to these. Yeah, it's just, that is caramelized sugar and banana bread for days. It is so good. All right, we're going to number 3. And number 3 is just sweet honey roasted peanuts. I don't know, actually. I'm gonna move this back down. I don't think that's a clear number 2 now. I think 3 held its own against it that time. 3 was just a little bit, at least that time, a little bit more complex. When I took a sip of number 2 that time, it was just straight honey roasted peanuts, nothing else. But beautiful. It's just not super complex. And I'm of the opinion that bourbon doesn't always have to be complex. If there's a note in there that you really love and that note shines, then it's a great bourbon. So, all right, number 1. Now, number 1 coming off number 2, I like number 1 better. Because there on number 1, I got fruit notes. I got apple, I got caramel, brown sugar, really complex. What's incredible about all these is how easy they drink for around 130 proof. Oh man, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be hard. All right, let's start A-B comparing here. I know what this is. It's so obvious. I'll be shocked if that's not Stag Junior. And for me, for my palate, that is the winner. It just stands out, but I have no idea. I numbered these, so glass 1 has Booker's, 2 has Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof, 3 has Elijah Craig, 4 has Stag Junior. So these middle 3, I don't know. They're all fighting. They're all kind of back and forth. So I'm not really sure. So we're gonna keep trying here. Let's A-B number 1 and number 3, see what happens. Wow, such good apple notes in there. A lot of sweetness. Really good finish. It's dancing all over the tongue, number 1. A salty note too to go with it, number 3. Man, I'm picking up more fruit on that other than banana bread that time. You know, I could be wrong. That might not be Jack Daniel's barrel proof, but I think it is, and it holds up to number 1. I mean, it's like, what, you know, everybody has different tastes. I could see how somebody would like that more. Gosh darn. Number 2 is good too. I mean, on any given day, I could probably switch these up depending on where my palate was at. You guys have seen my blinds in the past. I love Stag Junior. I think I like, if this is Stag Junior, I think one of these is Elijah Craig's C920. And for me, the Stag Junior Batch 14 is better than the C920 of Elijah Craig, clearly, because, but they're all good. They're all good. All right. 2 is just so heavy peanuts that I think it's got to be Booker's. Now that sip, really sour on the back end. That was strange. Wasn't crazy about that. So I'm going to put number 2 in last, I believe. Let's go to 3. Boy, that's just good bourbon, number 3. Oh. For you guys that gripe and bitch that you can't find allocated bottles on the shelf, this guy's sitting there every day of the week. Wow, those are close. I'm telling you. I had a guy recently make fun of me because of how good I said Jack Daniel's barrel proof was, but I don't care. You like what you like, and it's good bourbon. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put number 2 in second, or I'm sorry, number 1 in second, just because it's more complex and has a longer finish. Number 4 is in third. Number 3 is in last. So I think that's my ranking. I put that in first. I put 4 in first. Yeah, 4 in first. 1 in second. 2 in last. 3 in third. All right, so let's see what is last place. My guess is this is Booker's just because it's so peanut forward. And it is. It is a 1. So that is in last place for me. Booker's. All right, in let's see. In third place is number 3. And I think this is Jack Daniel's barrel proof because I was getting such heavy banana notes, but I could be wrong. It is number 2. So in third place we have Jack Daniel's barrel proof. In second place, I think this is Elijah Craig because I got that really salty note. And if you see the review I did on C920, the saltiness just came through and it was there. So 3, yep, that is 3. So Elijah Craig is in third, and Stag Junior Batch 14 is in first place. This was the clear winner. These 3 were pretty close. This Elijah Craig was just a little bit more complex to me. The finish was longer, but Jack Daniel's barrel proof held its own. It really did. For a $54 bottle, you can't go wrong. If you can't find these, go get Jack Daniel's barrel proof. You're not going to be upset. And to me, this is a pretty good batch of Booker's, in my opinion, kitchen table. It wasn't as good as Country Ham, but it was still pretty good. And I just prefer this at almost half the cost. And it's easier to find. So don't pass Jack Daniel's barrel proof up. Hope you guys enjoyed this bourbon battle. Until next time, cheers, guys.